morning this morning.
Continue.
I'll just sit up here.
Merciful goddess, mother of the forlorn, who have no place to call their own, please bear witness to our resolve. Fire.
Okay. Oh, well, at least those fire guys punched me with a maggot rock. That's pretty cool. Appreciate that, buds. Wait. I already got the shortcut, didn't I? Well. My internet went out last night. Sorry, dude. Why are you even up right now? Oh, Jesus. My God, stop. So I just spent 30 minutes doing an application for like, what the fuck was that? To work in a library, and their payment, it was like just an associate worker at the library. Their payment was $18 an hour to 30. I was like, what? And I took like 30 plus minutes to do it, and then at the end, I submitted it, and it said, not qualified. And I'm struggling to understand why I wouldn't be qualified. But anyway, you split it. Oh, it could just be the designation. Oh my, what of how they just took in the application, but still, anyway, you cut it. It's disgusting if that's true. It's like a little kid's library. The payment was bonkers, and I guess I just didn't have library experience. I don't know. It's true. It's like a little kid's. Got my master's degree in literal stuff learned from a library, and not qualified. It's cool. But I did another one that was pretty much the same thing. It took that one, so I don't fucking know. Loving it. Loving it. I think they made it more aggressive. Yeah, he's definitely more aggressive. I didn't roll that? Okay. I think you're getting married and own a house, so you might hate your fucking job right now, but are you taking off today too? I guess you didn't take off yesterday, you left early. I didn't see that there. The only good thing is I'm about to have 18 hours. Whoa, what are all these boxes and shit? Is this usually here? Ah, damn it, dude. Were they able to pinpoint what's up? Or at least give you something to help? This is totally fucked, by the way. Yeah. Well, sorry to hear that. I was dealing with that for a period, and it really sucks. Just having to live your life not in pain for 5 seconds. Like, you take it for granted, right? Like, you just think, like, you can just live life and not be inconvenienced, but hopefully that helps for you, brother. I'm home all day today, so I'm supposed to do a co-stream with Mark later, but that's like the only thing I have to do. Sounds good. Sounds good. I gotta do some work for my dad and stuff. That's probably about right. We still got a big spider in here? What the fuck is that? That's not usually in here. What? Deuces, brother. Good luck with the headaches. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Jesus, please deliver us from you. I don't wanna lose my desert eagle. Oh. Knock on your ass! Pray to God I don't get repoed. Didn't go to college for a free throw. Ooh, twinkle. Baby girl. Talk to me one time. Come on. I'm just trying to aggro this guy, and he refuses to be aggroed, which is weird, because everything in this game likes to be aggroed. We're on the street. Good boy, Texas. Motherfucker. So now everyone wants to be fucking aggroed, huh? Were those always proof of Concord caps? I wondered. Oh, could that commute me back? That'd be cool. Pray to God I don't get repoed. Didn't go to college for a free throw. Swoosh. Oh, sweet. Oh, this guy's back. That moved very quick. He's spewing! Shit. Spy there. Please pray over all my people. I don't want to use my filter to eat that poison cell. Okay. That was an interesting interaction. Pray to God, I don't get repoed. Didn't go to college for a free throw. People getting killed through the peephole. God, I gotta get the Hulk Smash record in, bro. Got to. Need to have some music during some of these runs. When do these guys aggro this far? Hashtag Cinders mod. Shut up. He usually dropped a ring, yeah. I don't know if he still did. Didn't see. This guy's got a big old fucking conflict. You're gonna get knocked on your ass! And burn. And machine goes burn. Hiya! Church pick. Interesting. Wait, is that like the Bloodborne church pick? Easy. There. Oh, one of these walls were fake, but I guess I'm wrong. Thanks, Rob. What's going on, man? You got school? Wait, it's Friday. Do you have school today? Oh, no, no. Oh, great time. Great time. I just died, so that sucks. Because of my lock-on, which sucks even more. I almost got the quit out though. That would have been sick. Yeah, it is a big sword. Not sure if I have a bigger one. I might. We got definitely a chunkier one. Look at this baby. This is like a chode. Rocking the chode, baby. This one's pretty big. That one. But the one I was using is probably the biggest one. Yeah, you know, you gotta work with what God gave you, dude. What Daddy gave you. You got a chode? Be proud of that chode. Oh, come on. Okay, that enemy is actually certifiable. Let me take you off. Oh, oh, oh. What's another one? Oh.
Who have no place to call their own. Please bear witness to us.
Appreciate that, Rob. Yeah, get timed out for 5 seconds, Rob. Ha! Just what I needed. Another person flaming my forehead in the goddamn chat. I don't have a... Ow. Let me pick up the stuff. These guys are fucking relentless. Oh my god. There's one more left. There's only one more. Yeah, the whole 5 seconds. That's twice as long as Ricky can last in bed, though, so that's okay. You were timed out for exactly 2 Ricky nuts. Fucking move? Jeez. Whoa. Oh, yeah? We're gonna have an intruder? I'm just gonna knock you on your ass, bud. What's this? Resonating crystal. Where'd this guy spawn? gonna give him a piece of my mind. There he is. Ow! Fuck off. I wonder if I can parry his fucking attack. Come here. How if I mistime it that badly? Let's just go ahead. Get killed. Game being relentless today. Oh god. See if that guy invades again. See what happens when I'm not fucking around with you? Miss me, bitch. I know you don't know me, but you missed me, bitch. But there's one. Da-na-da-na. What happened to the fucking NPC invader? This guy's getting tumbled on. It's not fun. Like the network code for these games is fucking terrible. So it's just like really laggy and buggy. Where the fuck does that go? I thought it went down. So it's typically not too much fun. And then if you invade, they can also get like a counter invader, and then it's a 2v1, and it's mostly just like running around and trying to hit him with like this poke attack. It's just ass. There's this one guy who's like really, really good at it though. And there are some people that's all they do. One second. Oh shit. Hold up. Gotta refill my gum thing. Unless, wait, hold up. Yep. To be honest, I also not really sure how the invade mechanics work. I think he used a cracked red-eye orb. Not really sure. What the fuck is that? Fuck. There we go, there we go, there we go, there we go. All right. Or y'all motherfuckers can get it. Eat a whole ass dick. I hope that you one day have beautiful children and they have multiple sclerosis and a big forehead. You can feel my fucking pain. You'd be like, who the fuck ugly ass kid is this? With that big ass forehead ass. Actually in awe that I can't one-shot these guys. Terrible. What y'all doing out there? What the hell? Okay, they changed their aggro. They sling a lot more of the fireballs, I get it. It's okay because I have Pontus Ion. It may not be okay because they're hitting me hard as shit. God damn! These guys are being fucking rude. Ah! Probably need to put on a magical clutch ring here. Jesus fucking Christ. I mean... Yeah, this ain't gonna happen. Like, straight up is not going to happen. Got so much health in this mod. Like, what the fuck? There's these big guys and... Came out of me? They're gonna give me, they're gonna curse the balls out of me. Oh, hold up, I just did fuckloads of damage to that guy. Where's the backstab? Okay. Can I look at my fucking inventory? Jesus Christ. That can go. That one can go. I also have another one of these. And those. This weapon's AR. About 40 something. Holy shit. This one's. How much do I have left? Do I have another? I have another blunt shell. It's 10,000? Yeah, blunt gem really helps with scaling out. Let's just go out here and kill something real quick. This big chode boy. I like that. Yes, 10,000. Perfect. That's right, bitch. Go on, you fucking pussy. Yeah. Fucking no family having ass. No to love had ass. Burn yourself had ass. Fucking bitch ass. Okay, so what's its AR now? Why do I have it in one hand? 365 versus. That's not the right weapon. Wait, what? $298? Is that with one hand? No, this is actually way better. Oh, no. Okay, I see. This is 379 plus 56, so it's 21. It's like 435. This is 365. This is a lot faster. Fire. Put on the sorcerer's set. We already have that on. Cool. Check rings. Increases vigor. We like that. Oh, wait. Yep. I like that. Fire defensive massively. These I assume do the same thing. Yeah. What does this do? Boost defenses. So we need this for sure. And that can go to that. And we're ready to fuck some butt. So, also I got a bunch of embers. Ooh. Forgot I have the heals I can get it. Probably get rid of the shield. It's not really doing anything for me at the moment. I also have 2 swords on, which makes no fucking sense. I didn't even get any reaction, Pettis, for flipping you off or nothing. Fucking disappointment. True disappointment.
For they began careful.
What can I get here? Might just pop the other souls if it's shit. Great sword, same shit as you can get. Same shit as you can get. What's this? That might be worth it. What's the other soul I have? Shut up. I don't have one, did I? Because I got rid of... Yeah, so we'll hold on to that. I'm gonna need to take a dump, I think. Oh, there's one.
Goddess, mother of the full.
Should probably take care of the Cathedral Knights on the edges first, since they seem to be fucking annoying. Oh yeah, this set is good for fucking status effects, it seems. That was fucking bullshit. I really shouldn't be doing this after Empering, but... What? Run away! Gotta heal it. I could probably cheese him right here. Oh no, he's backing off. I know you buffing and shit. Oh God, that's cool. Where? Look at this. What? Fucking move out of the way. Fucking awesome. You stop with your bullshit. Yeah? How about that? How about fucking that, Mork? Oh, you can roll that. Okay. Oh yeah, I like that. I imagine you don't like it very much, huh? This is cheesy as fuck. I had fucking FP left. Are you serious? And because it was a counter hit, he killed me. Huh. Ain't that a bitch? It ain't easy being cheesy. Oh, come on. Yeah, you want to heal? Sorry. Yeah. Cool, we got more straight hammer. We're doing it. What the fuck is this? I like it. Fuck that guy. That move is strong. I forgot about these guys. Wow. Really? While I was in my roll animation? My computer line. Let's do this shit. Nope, don't bash me with the shield. That's a really hard move to... Really. Don't bash me with the shield. He has 1 health. It's annoying. I'm okay. You know what? I'm done.
Please stop. I beg of you, please stop. My work is not yet done.
How many hits are you gonna take from this big chubby boy?
I am no yours. Please stop.
I can't take you pissing in my ear every time I come over here. Shut up. You know what? What others? We can go to... Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Let's go to Church of Yorshkin. Explore around that bitch for a minute. Really, I don't even have to kill this boss. If I don't want to. I don't want to use my Desert Eagle. There's still a guy here? Yes. We planted a seed. Oh, burial blade. That's sweet as fuck. I didn't even know they had. They got the bloodborne weapons in here. That's sweet. Dude, give me the Lugwood's Holy Blade. Now we're talking. I don't know what I just picked up. See some of these bloodborne weapons, yeah? Well, it doesn't have a transform attack, so not as cool. What's this? Hunter's log. Dude, it's actually a fucking log. Alright. Stop that. why. Ugly ass. Large tip. The crisp blade. I think I saw Lobos use this. Very fast and shit, terrible. Okay. Okay. That's not good. Oh! How are you supposed to get there? Better shut that mouth. I got womboed. Please tell me that the death of the fucking motherfucker stayed. What the fuck? That fucking random fucking smoke shit is dumb as shit and I don't like it. Is the Mimic dead? Yes, cool. Spiral Racer. Oh, fuck me. Oh, I see, okay. Oh, I missed. Oh boy. This do way too much damage. Like, what the hell is this? A large tit shard. Did you see a guy here? No. Oh, that's fucking stupid. We need to get down to the lower tier and get that shit. Let's see. That's pretty good. Abyssal Tome. Oh, throwing knives. 50. Just got 50 of those mofos. Is that another chest? What this? Irithil War Pick. All sorts of new weapons in this horse shit. Oh my god. Fucking really. Yes. Where are all of you actually coming from? Look at all these fucking... Look at these fucking bug pellets. There are so many. This guy's just kind of chilling. Oh, what the fuck? If you kill me, I'm gonna be mad as hell. Fucking no leg having ass. Lieutenant Dan have an ass. Face ass, I meant to say. Can I break these? No, so how the fuck? What? How are you supposed to get to that? I want it. I don't think you could jump from there. Maybe you could. Heed mask. Interesting. Dot dot dot. I really want that shit. Gotta have it all. That's one hell of a jump if you can make it. Oh, baby. Ah, that's it? Okay. Well, that's disappointing. Oh, easy. This is what this was made for. Uh. Oh, heal. God damn it. But tracking, bro. We don't like that. We do not like that. We don't like the DS2 dudes. Do not like the DS2 dudes. Nice that they kept that there, seeing as how it's completely useless. I just try to fucking no-scope that shit. Like, the tracking on these moves. I gotta kill him. That's just the bottom line. Has to be done. Has to be done. Do you really usually spawn in this direction? I can't remember. I guess so. Oh, that's fucking bad. Yeah. Yeah, how do you like this? Don't like it too much, I imagine, huh? Get fucking cheese, bud. Okay. I think this one is the one with the false wall. Nope. This one? Nope. Where's the fake fucking wall at? Is it the first one? Oh. Valor Heart. Terrible. Absolutely atrocious. Ring of Reprisal. Oh, you bitch. Magic damage and roll and kick. Ooh. Ring of Sacrifice is nice. Are you dead? The fuck? Infusing Essence. That must allow me to infuse some other shit. Witching Urn? Okay. Okay. Is the Pontiff Doggo gonna attack me? Why is it doing this? They just spawn random blue smoke. Opus of Avarice. Beckon woof to the player. Beckon mute. What? Oh. Okay, cool. That's new. Alright, that is going to be it for DS3 today. I have to get Discord up. Go back here. Nope. Gotta be switching categories. I don't want to do that. We're gonna be doing some more fantasy baseball player rankings. Hoping to get 300 done by draft day, which is March 14th. So we have under 3 weeks to do that. So you probably have to average about 10 a day or something, or less, or more. I don't really know. No thanks. Streamlabs, close game capture, go to window capture.
Word in the street. You're the good boy, Texas Heat.
What else do I need? I have Discord open. Okay, it's capturing my voice. Oh, I gotta change my title.
How are you?
I'm doing well. Welcome to the call. That's really nice. It worked streamlessly. Didn't have any issues with Discord today. That's nice to see. Updated my title. That's good. Back to the spreadsheet. Okay. So, first person we got is Ozzy Albies today, and then Lewis Robert. But first, maybe a quick recap. Yeah, I could do that if you want me to.
Okay.
So let's see a couple of guys we rated yesterday off stream. DJ LeMahieu, just kind of a overview of his statistics. We see him as a pretty much an elite option as a hitter, run scorer, average run producer. Stolen bases are lacking, but probably undervalued a bit. We see him kind of in the top 10 category. Christian Yelich, we kind of rated him kind of in the middle because of his somewhat tumultuous last season. We looked through pretty in-depthly at his what's causing his issues, and his exit velocity, his batted balls, everything looks great, but he seems to be struggling with the breaking pitches. Very good option still. We like him. We think he'll probably bounce back to have a 270 season and probably flex some more power. But the thing with Christian Yelich is these guys at the top that are good at everything, he has the potential to be that player again. But we're a little bit hesitant because of how bad last season was. Marcelo Zuna is probably like a second-tier option. Very, very good. Going to be very happy with the RBIs and the run production and the hits. A little bit of trouble with strikeouts. We did Francisco Lindor. We're a little bit on the fence with him. I would say that he's probably a good hitting option, not a great one, with some flaws in his game, like the strikeout number or the home run ability. Manny Machado last year was probably somewhat of a misleading year for him. Probably an uptick in production, but not necessarily a bad option either. Anthony Rendon, we have rated him as having a very good batter's eye. He's going to get on base for you a lot, not going to strike out a lot, but could be lacking in some other categories, specifically stolen bases. Cody Bellinger, I think we see as kind of a comeback candidate and has the potential to do a lot of good things, but struggles in batting average and has the speed to steal a lot of bases, but we're not necessarily sure that's going to happen. Xander Bogaerts, I would say pretty much we're pretty down on. Xander Bogaerts is essentially Trevor Story, but in Boston. Has the benefit of playing in a really good park. But we see probably some batting average regression and a high strikeout rate, not a necessarily attractive option. Corey Seager could possibly be a better option than Bogaerts. but no stolen base opportunity whatsoever. Also, just as a note, we have David Fletcher as ranked as the same as Bogarts and Seager. Note that strikeouts, on base percentage, and average are weighed heavily in our specific league. If yours doesn't have those categories, you should probably adjust accordingly. He would not have as much relevancy in a league that has slugging, home runs, and stuff like that weighted more heavily. Alex Bregman, we see once again a great batter's eye, but struggling with some other things like run production and average. Eloy Jimenez, a lot of power, no stolen bases, struggles with strikeouts. Kyle Tucker, we just kind of looked as an all-around average option. Him and Bo Bichette kind of fall in the same kind of realm because there's not a lot of data to go off of. They could have bigger years than we're predicting, but I think since this is a what we're trying to do is trying to rank consistency. It's hard to do that, and also it's not somebody that we would probably invest in heavily because we just don't know what they're able to provide. And finally, Raphael Devers, high RBI numbers, plays in Boston, so that's going to be quite good, but struggles with getting on base, striking out a lot, doesn't steal a lot of bases, doesn't seem like a great option overall for anything but the two categories for runs and RBIs. And I think that wraps it up for what we did yesterday. This is like, I don't know, like 4 hours worth of work. So we're just trying to blaze through that. We're trying to get as much on the spreadsheet as possible, and we can kind of talk about all these players at whole. Hopefully when we get the 300 done, we're making decent progress, but it's definitely going to take some more work. So is there anything I missed, anything you want to add, or did I wrap up well?
No, that sounds fine.
Great. Sounds good. So without any more delay, Ozzy Albies. Control F, Albies. Is he not? Okay. Qualified. Update. F. Albies. Do I have to do show more? Or am I spelling Albies wrong? Did Ozzy Albies have like limited plate appearances last year?
I believe he was injured for a period of time, yes.
Okay, so that's where that's going. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna start with batting average for Ozzy, yeah. Okay. Let me know if I'm kind of jumping in too fast here. So let me talk about the stats I see. In terms of batting average, he's a career 279 hitter, 271, 295, 261, 286. Expected batting average last season was 240. Last year he hit 271. So he greatly outperformed his projection based upon his statistics. What the fuck is going on? My StatCast website is acting up weird. Okay, maybe it's just having trouble filling in. He only had 124 plate appearances. So I guess they just couldn't compile his numbers because he didn't have enough at bats. Interesting. Okay, go ahead.
No, I think he had a wrist problem last year,
Uh-huh.
and that probably affected his output. It's hard to know, but
Well, his expected batting average was 240. He did hit 271. So, I don't know what the reasoning is for such an elevated compared like that comparison. He doesn't even. So this is kind of interesting. If you look at his on Statcast, he does not have a registered exit velocity, barrel percent, and things like that.
right.
So I think part of the issue is we're not really going to be able to use last season as an overall measuring stick. We're probably going to have to use the season before because he only had like 125 plate appearances. He looks like he's a really good fastball hitter, and actually in 2019, he was really good at off-speed pitches too. He basically hit every pitch well. In 2020, he struggled pretty mightily with breaking pitches. Like I said, it's pretty. Pretty limited sample size here. So, how do we feel about Ozzy's batting average? We're probably taking like a 5, right?
No, I think he's going to be in the 270 range.
That's 5.
4. That's 4, right?
4 is 250 to 265.
Sure.
Yep, because we have Acuna as a 4, and we said he was going to be between 250 and 265. Projected. Every time I forget, I just look at Acuna, and I remember what I said about him, so he would be a 5, Ozzy. And like 275 to 290-ish is 5, and then 6 is like the 290 to 300 region, and then 7 is like 300 to 315, and then 8 is above that, which would just be like elite production, right?
Okay.
On base percentage here.
You think Albies is going to hit 275?
I think over between 265 and like 290, yeah, 280. 5, right? Is that what we agreed on?
So we've got Devers, Bichette, Tucker, and Arenado at 4. Are we saying all of those are going to hit below 265?
Yes, based upon what we were
Alex
saying.
Bregman is at 4. He's going to hit under 265.
Right.
Cody Bellinger.
Are you saying that you don't think they will?
I'm not sure the range that we're working with here.
250 to 265 is 4.
Okay.
I think Alex.
Okay, we'll give him a 5.
Are you thinking that we messed up because you think Kyle Tucker, Bo Bichette, Raphael Devers are all going to hit above that? So, some of these, like Devers, I think 265. He was like exactly like 265. Now we could have been more lenient and given him a 5 or something, but
Okay, we'll go with a 5.
Okay. Just let me know what you're thinking here. Did you think that it was a different, like, level?
No, I was just confused on the range, but I got it.
Does that feel right for fours now?
Yeah, since about 250-ish is average and 4 is average, then yeah, that works.
Okay. That's kind
Okay,
of
so his
the metric
on base
using the whole time. Go ahead.
his on base percentage. His career is 330. Last year was 306. He doesn't walk very much,
His walk rate's pretty bad.
so I think that's going to be like a 3 or 4.
Yeah, so his walk rate, what does that put him in? I don't have that information, but it would put him pretty low. So
At the, almost at the very bottom.
right. So you said 3 or 2 or
Probably a 3.
okay. I don't want to step on your toes, so if you want to work the sheet, go ahead. I just put 5 in there before for Ozzy. In terms of slugging, he's a lifetime 473 average in 162 games. Has hit 500 before. So does that put him in the 4 category? I'm trying to remember all of our own metrics here because let's see.
Yeah, it's average, so about a 4.
Yeah.
He gets more value. He gets more value overall because he's a second baseman.
Mm-hmm. Where's the stats that I want here? Okay. He did have his expected slugging was 420, and he did manage to have 466 and a average of 473. So he did outdo his projections, but I don't know. His sprint speed is pretty decent, I would assume, right? 28, so that probably is partially to do with that. I don't know what else to kind of attribute his uptick in like slugging from the expected slugging, but according to his career numbers, they have always exceeded that number that they projected. So, any thoughts?
Yeah, I think he'll be about average, 3 or 4.
Okay.
I don't think he's that fast fast enough to really contribute. Slow, so.
The sprint speed said it was 28 and 30 is the top, right? So it's pretty good, but not
bad.
But not bad, right? But not great, but not bad. He's got the same speed as Avisel Garcia. All right, I don't know if that makes much of an argument for old Ozzy.
You know, we give him a little credit because he's 24. He's playing in a very good lineup. He was a big prospect, so we expect, and he was hurt last year, so we expect a little bit of a rebound. He did have a big September too.
He averages 24 home runs in 162 games, so that's about average too. He's like a 4 in that range as well.
Strikeout rate is about 25%, 24, 25. So he's was 24% last year. That could be because he was hurt, because that was above the previous years. So See, so yeah, his strikeout rate. I don't have the exact percentage, but his strikeout rate in September dropped. He hit 338 in September.
Right. Yeah. He had,
So
he
he
had
he
two
just
abysmal months before that, essentially, which could have
he
been
just
contributed or attributed to his wrist.
yeah, he just got healthy
Uh-huh.
in September. So we can, if he's healthy, and I think he is, then we can expect a drop in the K percentage to probably under 20. So a 4.
Okay. Stolen bases. His average is 16 for 162 game season. He has never done 16. 315, 14. But in just 124 plate appearances, he had 3. He would have been in that kind of teen range if he would have been healthy and would have played all season, probably even better than that. So probably like a 4 also in stolen bases, I would assume. Runs, average is 105 and 162. He's done 105, 102, and then 21 last season, but with all the lack of appearances there. Probably a 6, especially with that lineup. At least probably a 6. Let me know if you're seeing something different than I am.
No, I think that works.
RBI, his average is 82, 1986, 72. I would think he's capable of doing somewhere between probably 75 and 90, which puts him in the 4 to 5 category. Mark seems to think he's to the higher end of that, closer to 90 maybe, so high 80s. 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 30, 35 is our total for that. Go ahead and update that. That puts LB's between Alex Bregman and Eloy Jimenez, but something to keep in mind is he's probably much more valuable because of his position. So getting between 75 and 90 RBIs is going to be somewhat unique for the second base position. Have we ranked another second baseman here? DJ LeMahieu. So we're talking like top 2 second baseman, right?
So far.
So far. Okay. I don't want to get too
I
far
believe
ahead.
David Fletcher is also eligible at second base.
And there he is. We actually do have him ranked above Ozzy Albies. That'll be interesting. So interesting. Once again, you have to note that average on base percentage, strikeouts, runs, and can he steal bases?
Yeah.
I didn't do that ranking with you. So all those things. I mean, you look at him and he's like, okay, no power, but that's 1, 2. It's basically 2 categories versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 other categories. He's not necessarily an RBI man or anything like that, but it's our league is just weighted a little bit more towards well-rounded play as opposed to power play. So next up on the docket would be Lewis Robert. I have to run to the restroom real quick. I will be right back. Don't allow me to stay on my BRB screen. Remind me.
I'm watching.
Okay, I am getting off of VRB. I also grabbed a little snack here. As a kind of precursor, Mark and I are both very excited about Luis Robert. We think he could potentially be a breakout candidate, but one of the great things about this is we're now looking at the numbers. And so is our gut reaction going to match up with the numbers, right? I guess we're going to see. Put down my Apple Jacks real quick. I can get rid of this. All right. At quick glance, it seems like we're going to be possibly a tad disappointed. But let's look a little bit closer here. So expected batting average for Robert was 226. He actually hit 233. So that's about on the nose. But you imagine he's got a 29.1 sprint speed, near the top in the league, right? I would say that that's like a probably 2 or 3 average range, but he was a rookie last year, and there could be potential uptick in that. What do you see?
An uptick in what?
Batting average.
Oh, no.
Nope. You think?
I think his no. I think his minor league numbers before last season indicated that he struck out a lot and didn't walk much, and he continued that into the major leagues. Had a really good August, about a 298, 1015 OPS, and then in September, he fell off the edge of the earth. I don't think he was injured. I don't know, but he had a really bad September, and because as happens with most young players who strike out a lot and don't walk much, the pitchers catch up really fast. And as of right now, I'm sure he's made changes in the offseason, but as of right now, his strikeout to walk ratio is absolutely horrific, and that is going to kill his average. And all he has right now basically is his incredible athletic ability, which is extraordinary, but it's not going to help him hit a curveball.
And to maybe I spoke too early about this, but we are excited about him because of his athletic prowess. But I mean, exit velocity bottom 34%, hard hit percent is 56%, batting average is low, striking out a lot. But he is barreling the ball, and he's fast, and he's Gold Glove level outfielder. So there's reasons to think that he's gifted, but there's some holes, right? There's some work to be done with the bat, and with the batter's eye, but given the information we have, despite the fact that he's a gifted athlete, he is somewhat of a work in progress as a baseball player. So we're looking at a 2.3 for batting average, and probably would mirror that in, well, his on base percentage was okay. I mean, it's bad, but in terms of how much more he got from batting average, like it's 69 points. I don't know. It's not great. It's not great.
So essentially, I'm grading Luis Robert the same way that I did last year, which is as a prospect with immense athletic ability, but unproven at the major league level. And at this point, he's proven at the major league level that he
Can play defense.
can play defense and can't draw a walk and strikes out a lot. And that's the player that we have. So that's what we grade. And we give him a little bit of a hedge because his potential is very high, but it's just potential.
So we're looking at probably like a 2.3 average, and then like a 2.3 base percent.
Right. I give him a 3 for average because I'm sure he'll have a good month or two. And a 2 for on base percentage because I don't think he's going to start drawing walks. That takes a long time if he ever does. So his on base percentage is really bad. So
Right. It is. I mean, I think Bo Bichette had a better batting average than Lewis Robert had on base percentage. So it's not good for Lewis.
I think his slugging should be in the 450 range because he's going to hit plenty of home runs. Obviously, there's a lot more potential for that to grow, over 5. So I think a 4 is fair.
Yeah,
slugging percentage.
436 last year, but I don't know. I mean, if he starts making better contact, that number's going to increase pretty significantly, and he has the ability to make stretch out singles into doubles and stuff like that with his speed.
Right. Right.
So if there's anywhere where we're really looking for kind of an inroad or a bright spot, it would be in the power because of that athletic ability. So yeah, 4. And he had 11 home runs last year. Is that correct?
Right.
So he was on the road to about 30. So he's kind of in that like 5 range, I guess. Mark has him at 4 for homers. Is that because you expect him to hit within like the 25 to 30 range?
I didn't hear what you said. You cut out.
Oh, I apologize. I gave him a 5 for homers because he's going to hit over 30. That's what I thought anyway. His strikeout is not going to be great. That 32.2% K rate is an issue.
That is the 6th percentile for the major leagues.
Yes, that's a hard 2 or 1, depending on how generous you want to be.
As of right now, he's a 1. I don't expect it to, and that includes again a really good August, where he still struck out, but he had a really good August, and in September he fell off. So I expect it's going to be horrific. I mean, he's not quite in the Joey Gallo territory, but he's up there. So I think he's a 1.
A thing to at least possibly take solace in is that he has a high launch angle. So this doesn't necessarily.
It doesn't help you if you don't hit the ball.
Well, okay. I saw the data. I wasn't talking about this in conjunction with strikeouts, but if you're in a league that's more focused on power, he could be an option. I don't know if he's anywhere near the best option because he has some struggles hitting the ball, but yeah.
In a 5x5 league, this category doesn't matter, so this doesn't drag you down. But in our league, it's bad news.
Right. I mean, you could easily take this information and just omit stuff that you think isn't pertinent, and you can still get totals that could be helpful, right? But the good news is he's fast. He had 9 stolen bases last year. That gets him over 20. So, I mean, we're talking like the 5-6 territory, right?
I would say 6 or 7. He's one of the fastest players in baseball. So, sky's the limit for his steals.
Where is he going to hit in that lineup? Was he 9th last year?
No, he was hitting in the middle, I believe.
Let me see. Well, you had Edwin Encarnacion and Grandal, right? And Eloy Jimenez. Robert was 7th, so that puts him behind Grandal and Abreu. They'd be batting 3rd and 4th. You have Jimenez and Moncada. So the dead bodies, so to speak, should be off the base paths. So he should be open to kind of steal bases if he's able to get on. One of the fastest in the majors, like you said, but I wonder if the batting average will, and bad on base percentage will hurt his ability to steal bases
That's true.
reliably. So I think 6 is kind of the fair range.
Yeah.
With definite ability to be much higher than that. But, I mean, it's like the Billy Hamiltons, the Byron Buxtons, the Joe Adells. You have all this ability, but it also, you have to get on base, right? You just have to get on base. And that's what put the likes of Ricky Henderson and kind of like the Trey Turners too, right? Is that they have the ability to, they have the above average ability to hit and also that incredible speed. So that's why you're going to see an 8 for Trey Turner, because in addition to having great speed, he also has the ability to actually get on base. So he scored 33 runs last season. Put him in probably the high 80s, mid 80s for runs. Pretty good lineup. So I could see a pretty fair, 5 for runs. Any arguments there? Or are you feeling good about that?
Well, I don't. Yeah, 5 is okay because he's fast. But I don't think he's going to do much with the bat. So
Are you saying that the run numbers could be just once again hindered by his inability to get on the base path?
I mean, I think he can get from first to home easily. It's getting to first that's his problem.
Right.
So 5 is fair.
God damn, he had 73 strikeouts in 56 games. I know, like, we knew about, we were just talking about his strikeout percentage, but looking at the numbers is telling. He had almost 4 times more strikeouts than walks. Yeah. He did have 31 RBIs last season. That's going to be like 80. Batting 7th isn't necessarily the best place for run production. I got some good bats in front of him, but slow. Maybe like a 4 or 5, I guess. Yeah, we like that. That gets us to 15, 16, 21, 25, 28, 30. And so 30 points puts him with Rafael Devers. I would say that Luis Robert is a much more gifted player than Rafael Devers. I would prefer to have Luis Robert, but consider the fact that Devers does play in a very forgiving park half of his games. So it's a, I don't know. So if you were given, Mark, the option of Devers or Robert, who do you pick? What do you think? In our league.
Devers.
Yeah,
Devers.
I mean,
Because he's been really good before.
and his safest things are his RBIs and his runs, and that might be because of the park or whatever. But you're gonna take a hit in the stolen base category. His on base percentage is a little whack, but he's pretty average across the board in other things. Whereas Robert is an actual 1 in strikeouts. So, but Robert has the opportunity to kind of play up, I think. Whereas on the other hand, it's kind of a double-edged sword, right? We know Devers is like possibly like his top capabilities, but we don't really know what Roberts is yet. So that's a gift and a curse. But once again, sticking with the kind of theme, is that we look for consistency, and taking Lewis Robert is definitely a risk, whereas Devers is less so. Do you have anything you want to say on that or expound upon? If not, the next one is Alberto Mondesi. Full disclosure here, I had Mondesi last year, and it didn't really feel great, but we'll see what the numbers have to say. I think he was far more usable by season's end. He just had some dog days of summer in the middle.
Yeah, that's a nice way to put it.
I did get him, like I dropped him mid-season, and then he was back on my roster by the end. So he was actually in my DH spot, I think, which is not what you want to see, but it happened. So I'm not going to lie to you.
So we have the best base stealer in Major League Baseball, and not much else.
Yeah, a one category wonder that may, if he had like Anthony Rendon's eye or something, could be more interesting. But the fact that his strikeout numbers are just abysmal, are not, and not a great hitter. They really
Yeah, he doesn't work in our league at all.
yeah. I mean, the kind of unfortunate thing is, I think he had a couple seasons ago a pretty respectable batting average, right? 276, 263, 276 you definitely can live with. I think batting average wise, he's probably, he had a 306. Wait, no, never mind. He's a 4 probably with batting average, because he bats between 250 and 265. I think that's what you should expect. And I made the comparison before. There's a big difference between Trey Turner and Byron Buxton, and the big difference is hitting the fucking baseball. So, percentile, Mondesi. His walk percent puts him in the bottom 7%. Which makes him pretty fucking bad. He had last season 11 walks and 70 strikeouts. Almost 7 times as many strikeouts as walks. That is not encouraging. Those are not numbers that you like to see.
So yeah, I think his on base percentage is a safe 1 or 2.
Yeah, I mean, there's no defending the poor guy here. It looks really bad.
And
looks real bad.
And remember, except for September, he was, because I remember checking last year, he was the worst player in the game. He was awful. All the metrics said he was the worst hitter in baseball till September.
And
So
I had the pleasure of having him on my team for a long time.
So he came around in September and his strikeout to walk ratio improved, but I think a 1 for on base percentage is fair. Maybe a 2 because he's fast, but
the 1 was created to indicate the worst players in a given area, of which he was. So I think he deserves and has earned his 1. Okay. Slugging. This should be an interesting one. Projected slugging of 348 last season. His slugging was 415. So an abysmally low slugging percentage. I would assume that's probably it's got to be near the bottom, right?
Yeah, it's
It put him
the
in the
13th percentile.
bottom 13 percentile. Oh, god damn it. Let's see the league he's in here. Right? Ooh, at least I don't feel so bad. Mondesi. Oh, god. Chris Bryant was in the same league. Jesus Christ, that is a bad company to be in. Oh, well, this is expecting, I guess. Expected. But he was in company with Marcus Semien. If we look at actually 2020 slugging from the bottom up, actual, he was still pretty bad. 96th in the same area as Lindor, Arcia. But Nicky Lopez had a 266 slugging, which is bottom of the league in 2020.
Yeah, his career is 415, and it's that's because he's swinging for the fences, and he's got probably more home runs than he deserves. But he's not a power hitter.
He's got good speed, so might be able to leg out some doubles. 3. I don't know.
3? A 3? I
Four?
was thinking more like 1. I was thinking like a 1.
Oh.
Maybe 2. 2 because he's fast.
I guess, but he's still... It's pretty low.
Pretty low.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of where we ranked similar... Well, we haven't had similar slugging numbers. This is by far, I think...
No.
Yeah, so this is like a 2 or 1.
The worst.
This is like a 2 or 1, yeah.
He's got a 251 average for his career because he's really fast. And he probably beats out a lot of infield singles, and I could look that up if I cared to. But he's not a power hitter. He doesn't make a lot of contact. So
Let's...
I don't expect much more than 415.
David Fletcher actually had a better slugging percentage than Mondesi, and we have him at a 2. So... It's a 2 or 1. It's not much difference. It's you're not getting this player for that. So, 2 or 1. It depends on. Oh yeah, Mark is feeling savage this afternoon. So, home runs. He averages actually 17 in 162 game season, but he has never had more than 14. He had 6, 9, 14, 1, 2. It's just like a 2 or a 3. Mark is down on Mondesi. Strikeouts, this is like another 1, right? I mean, 7 times more strikeouts than walks. What was he in, like the 6th percentile or something? I just had him up here. He was in the strikeouts 13th percentile. That's
His career is 20. His career is 29.7. He's been under. His high was 36.7. His low was 26.5. So that's really bad. So. 2. I mean,
yeah, 2, 1. I was on board with either one.
We'll save the 1s because there are worse. There's Gallows out there, so we'll save the
Miguel
1.
Sano, we see you striking out almost half the fucking time. Stolen bases, he's the best in the league. Don't have to look. 8. So that's that helps.
It's easy.
Runs. Averages 83 in a 62-game season, has never had more than 58. This is a player you should not draft for any reason. Am I wrong in saying that? I don't think there's any reason.
No, I think there's a good reason because he had a great September, and you could project that he's going to carry that over into this season. I'm not, but
I mean, from my perspective, if he doesn't work in our league, he's not going to work in yours.
If he carries over his September, to this year, then he's as good as Trey Turner, or better. But I don't think he will.
Right. I just don't think that the metrics support. His exit velocity was decent, but his hard hit rate was bad. He's not walking well. I just don't think he sees the baseball well at all. I think you could probably contribute. I'd have, like you said, we could look up to see how many infield hits he was beating out and stuff. But what purpose does it serve? We don't expect there to be an uptick in anything like that. I think the runs are going to be rough. That's like a 2-3 in that one too. I mean, his best season, I think, was 58 or something. Yeah, 58.
It's 158.
In a bad lineup.
He has 158 runs in his entire career in 5 years. So, yeah, he doesn't get on base, so he's not going to score many runs.
The only thing worse than his run total is his RBI total. So if that's of any...
The only thing what?
Worse than his run total is his RBI total.
That's true. So, like a 4 for runs, I guess, because maybe a 3 because he has a lot of potential, and then a 2 or 1 for RBI. It's probably a 2.
Yeah. Do we think that got with the addition of Benintendi that the Royals got better? I mean, they still got Soler, they got Hunter Dozier, but I just don't really see. I don't see it. You know.
That's a 23.
Welcome to your current leader of being the worst.
That's a 23 with the caveat that he had a great September, and that could really, really change because those legs could deliver a lot of runs and a lot of hits. But we'll see.
I mean, he's really fast.
Really fast.
He's very fast.
Yeah.
But like looking at this and seeing that on ESPN they have him as the 41st ranked player. I mean,
it makes you wonder
who's doing these rankings because like he is 6 spots away from DJ LeMahieu. DJ LeMahieu should not be within arm's reach of this man. Just shouldn't be. I mean, and DJ LeMahieu is the number 1 ranked second baseman, it says here. So, I don't know. Be that what it may be. And then we're going to get to Tim Anderson soon, and then I think we'll see a comparison. But George Springer is the next one. Jesus. George Springer, we can get rid of this. Control F. Springer. Open new page. I believe Springer was also part of our league's winning team, right? I think Colin had him. Did you hear me, Mark?
I heard. Don't remind me.
Okay. So, yes, he was. I lost to you, so I mean, I appreciate you also not rubbing. You never rubbed it in, not once.
No, because I don't want people to rub it in against me.
Well, I think you were consistently the top 2 team in the league. So.
Oh, well.
Colin had the.
We'll see what.
He had the. I don't know, the luck of having just a lot of great picks.
Okay. Springer's career batting average is 270. 265 last year, which is right on track. So we can expect 265 or 270, I think.
So he's borderline 5, I guess. So 4 or 5. I think 4 is safer, right? Do we look at his expected? His expecting batted average was 294, and you said he hit 270. Is that correct?
Hit 265. He 270 for his career. 265 last year.
So he underperformed. So I think that warrants probably a 5, right? Because we're kind of on the fence between the 260 to 275, but he should have hit better last year based on his metrics. He had bad exit velocity, actually. Hard hit percent was 68th percentile. Barrel percent was 81st percentile. So, but he also is going to Toronto where they cheat. So, I would see some uptick. I would definitely buy in on the George Springer train because they cheat. But on base percentage, he has a career of 361, 359 last season. His expected on base percentage was 385. So he underperformed once again. I wonder what the reasoning is for that. What's his sprint speed? Pretty eh.
No, he's pretty fast.
Good speed, not elite speed.
Pretty close.
28.2. Who was it that you gave me the Met on, and they had like a 28 sprint speed?
I can't remember.
Anyway, it doesn't
Be
matter.
anybody.
But so let's look a little bit more into the metrics. He's pretty average at hitting just about every pitch. I don't know if that's like, well, at least he was in 2020 and 2019. Fastballs and breaking balls he murdered, but they were banging on trash cans. So I think we should maybe take some solace in the fact that he's pretty much the same hitter against everything. He squares up on fastballs a lot better than he does breaking pitches, though, which is probably common. This is his compared, like they compared him to other batters. Bellinger, Yelich, Donaldson, Freeman. Interesting. I don't understand it, but that's fine. His on base percentage is okay, right? Is it like a 4? Is it like a 5? What do you feel? 360.
Yeah, I think a 5.
Yeah, I feel good with that. Slugging last year, he had 540. He's a career 491. Expected slugging was 570. And his real slugging was 540. So once again, underperformed. But that slugging is looking pretty good. What say you on the grade?
Well, I think we go toward the expected slugging. You give him the high end because he has plenty of power. There's no issue there.
Yeah. If there's something,
So,
and is he going to lead off in Toronto? I wonder.
I don't know.
One of the things that helped him in Houston, previous to last year, is he had a lot of protection, and he also saw a lot of fastballs early in the count, leading off. So I think that he actually probably benefits a lot from leading off, especially with the power.
So I think a 5.
Okay. Blue Jays lineup. I'm just going to see where they project him to hit. Yeah, lead off. They have Marcus Semien. This is an interesting lineup. Springer, Semien, Bichette, Teoscar Hernandez, Guerrero, Biggio, Gurriel, Tellez, Jansen. This team might be okay, but not a single person on their team batted over 300 last year. So, anyway, I digress. Home runs. I would think home runs is probably one of his kind of bright spots. He averages 35 in a 162 game season, had 14, 39, 22, 34. We're talking about almost 40 home runs if he has a full season, right? So that's 6-7? 6?
Yeah, I would say 6. His exit velocity was lower, but didn't seem to have any trouble hitting home runs. So 6 is pretty safe. I think.
Average launch angle of 10 over his career, but had 18.3 from a 10.4 the previous season. That's kind of interesting. I wonder why his launch angle changed so drastically.
Probably helps explain why he's hitting so many home runs with less exit velocity. So he's getting the benefit of all the expecteds probably from his launch angle without being extraordinarily good at hitting the ball hard. So, but there's no reason for that not to continue. So, he should keep hitting home runs.
So we're on strikeouts, correct? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
He struck out 17.1% of the time. That puts him. I fucked up. Springer in the 78th percentile. I can just see this all on this other page, can I? Yeah, I sure can. Yeah, it puts him in the 78th percentile. So he's pretty good. Not exceptional, but pretty good. Does that put him 5-6 range?
I think a 4.
Okay. 4 is fine with me.
Because his career is 20.8, which is slightly above the major league average.
It's pre-diabetes, right?
It's average.
Okay. He's never struck out 200 times in a season, at the very least. But he is injury prone, I guess.
Well, he's never hit 200 home runs in a season either. But you never know.
Excellent point. He had 1 stolen base last year. He has an average of 10 on a season.
Also, by the way,
Sorry, go ahead.
sorry.
No.
You could probably contribute some of these really good strikeout years, like especially 2017. He went from 23.9 to 17.6, which is a huge drop off that almost the entire Astros roster had, because they went from last in the league in 2016 to number 1 in 2017, and we know why. So we could take his career strikeout percentage and bump it up a lot. So it's lower because he cheated, basically. So we'll go on the low end and choose 4 instead of 5.
It's kind of funny that if you looked at these statistics and you were studying them, that the cheating should have come as no surprise, right?
I mean, it went down 6% in one season, which is a lot.
Right.
And then in 2018, 2019, it went back up. So, yeah, that's a little strange. All right, stolen bases.
3, I think. Well, I don't know. He had 1 last year, but he's good for like. It might be a 2. I don't know. It's like 6.
He was one out of 3 last year, so.
Pretty bad at stealing.
But did the Astros run much?
I
don't think they do.
There was 1 year he attempted stealing 19 times and was caught 10. Yeah, let's give him a 2.
I mean, he's pretty fast, but he's just terrible at stealing bases, it seems. Or the Astros just don't put much into that.
Yeah, he was caught
yeah.
stealing more times than he actually was successful 3 times in 3 different seasons.
Yeah, I think a 2 is okay.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Runs, he had 37 last year, 96, 102, 112, 116. Once again, the numbers are tough because of the issue with Houston. I would say that you're probably, he's got a good lineup, probably 90 plus RBIs, I would think, or I'm sorry, runs. So probably like a 5 or a 6. I don't know if you disagree with that.
No, I think I'm in the 90s for both.
You think what's his best RBI season? 96.
Mm-hmm.
He would have had like 80 some, possibly pushing 90 last season. I say we give 6 for runs and 5 for RBIs, and we call it kind of like a split.
What for runs?
6 for runs and 5 for RBIs.
The 6 would be over 100, right?
Yeah, which he's had multiple times, and I think he's in a pretty good lineup for driving him in. I think he will have more runs than RBIs. I think. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 26, 30, 32, 38. Yeah. He actually grades out pretty nice. Somehow able to beat out David Fletcher incomprehensibly. But where he's drafted, definitely a better choice than Jimenez, Tucker, or Robert. Definitely a tier below the Bellingers, but
You're cutting out a lot.
let me see. Definitely a better choice than Jimenez, Tucker, or Robert. Definitely a tier below the Bellingers, but
You're cutting out a lot.
so through my stream, I heard everything I said.
Okay, maybe it's just the Discord.
It could be. Let me. You are streaming, right?
No, I'm not.
Ah. Okay. That's weird. I'm not dropping any frames on OBS. That's weird. I could try calling you back.
I mean, I can hear like 95%. You're fine now.
Okay, it was just like a weird blip.
I'll just ask you to repeat yourself if I miss
Yeah.
something
If you don't hear anything I say or miss something, I'll be happy to repeat it. But basically, all I was saying is that he's definitely better than Robert Jimenez, but below Cody Bellinger. I would say that Cody Bellinger is just all around more gifted, but I wouldn't be disappointed if I got George Springer a little less than Bellinger and didn't get Bellinger. Okay. After Springer, we have Tim Anderson. Close that out. Control F. What are your initial feelings about Tim Anderson? You like him? You don't like him?
He's pretty handsome.
I would tend to agree. It's a good-looking guy.
Yeah. Really fast. And he's a really, really good contact hitter. This is except for David Fletcher, which I did myself. This is probably the first pure contact hitter that we've had. He's got some power, but not a lot.
Exit velocity is 23rd percentile, hard hit 32nd percentile, barreling is 65th percentile, and his walk rate is low. But he does hit that ball. Does make good contact, as you alluded to. I mean,
Yeah, so
322 average
gotta-
with 357 on base percentage. Kind of wild. Over his career, he averaged 281. But last two seasons, 322 and 335.
yeah, we're gonna go with that because
Yeah.
that's a huge sample size.
Yeah, I mean that's
He's
7th or 8th.
it's weird.
Or 7 or 8.
It's weird because his strikeout to walk ratio is still pretty bad, but he's managing to hit 330 over almost 700 or over 700 plate appearances. So, he's getting it done. So, I think the batting average is, an 8. That's what he's been doing. I don't see any reason to go back to 2018.
2026, 32, 37, 42. I accidentally wrote Tim Anderson in Jose Ramirez's total column, so that is
That's
a
okay.
minor. I'm just double checking it. 42. Okay. I'm a menace on this goddamn thing.
No, you're great.
So are we saying a 7 or 8 for his batting average? He's a top 10 average.
It's kind of it's kind of weird because usually I would look at the strikeout to walk ratio and say, well, he can't keep it up, but he is. So
He
I
must
think
also just be putting into play bad pitches. Like he can just hit everything.
well, he's sort of. I mean, he's striking out a lot more than like a David Fletcher. He is putting a lot of balls in play. He's not walking, 6% walk rate. So yeah, he's probably taking some garbage pitches and putting them in play, which with his speed and some power, I guess, is working out. So, and he's really consistent. Like if you look from month to month, he really hasn't had a drop off since the beginning of 2019. Hasn't had a bad month. So, I think an 8 is fine.
Okay.
Base percentage may be another story.
It's definitely in the super, so the overall numbers are in the super average category. But if you look at it, between average and on base percentage last year, there was only a 35-point spread, which means he's getting almost no utility from his walks, none. Walk percentage was 4.5 last season, with a
Right.
high-ish strikeout rate. So he's not really giving you much in the on-base percentage category.
No.
I don't know how to rate this, right? Because the on-base percentage overall is relatively average, but in terms of the actual components that go into on-base percentage outside of batting average, he's giving you almost nothing. So I don't know whether to be a 4 or 5 or a 2.
Well, as consistent as he is at getting the ball in play, he's pretty consistent in not drawing walks. So I think a 4. And the problem here also is that if his average does tank, his own base is going to tank with it. So
Well, not only is that, his whole game. If he's not making contact, his whole game is just he's not. I mean, he's almost like. Well, I don't know. I don't know about his
Maybe a
run numbers. Are
Vladimir Guerrero without the power.
his RBI numbers are pretty mediocre. I mean, he's almost like a one stat wonder, but for batting average. He's got some runs in there, so I don't want to take that away from him. But anyway, we said 4 for on base percentage because it's about average. In total. Slugging percentage, 529 last year, but with an average of 162 games of 443. His expected slugging was 509. He had 529 last year, so he over. I'm sorry. Yeah, he overachieved by 20 points, which is not too much, but there's something that he got the benefit of, I guess. Low launch angle, 6.7, so he's hitting a lot of ground balls, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
What was his expected batting average last year? We didn't even look at that. 293. I think that's probably the expected batting average is because he's not seeing pitches and walking and stuff and striking out at a high rate. Anyway, I'm kind of moving backwards. Talk about slugging. His slugging
I think we should probably drop the batting average to a 7 because an 8 is just too generous, I think.
I think that the problem is it's probably just too volatile, right? Is that there's a lot of things going on that could easily make him expendable or like a detriment to your team.
Yeah. Too many things could happen.
Right. I like that.
When we give DJ LeMahieu an 8 for average, that's because he hits the ball hard and he has all the fundamentals to maintain his average. And Tim Anderson,
That's not.
even though Tim Anderson hasn't had a bad month in 2 years,
He could.
it's hard to give him an 8.
Yeah.
He could. So slugging, what did you say?
I said a lot of things, but he had like a 529 actual with a 509 expected.
That's about a 5.
Yeah. His 529 slugging put him 27th in the league in 2020. So pretty good. That might be even like a 6. But he did overachieve, so that's kind of the
Yeah. 6 is. Who are we comparing him to? So yeah. No. I mean, Harper and Ozuna and Ramirez all have 6s. So I think a 5.
his expected slugging was in the 84th percentile. It's hard to say. Let's look at 2019. Let's look at his slugging and where he kind of was there with a full season. He was 43rd with 508. So 5 is probably pretty safe. Where do we have DJ LeMahieu slugging? He's a 5. Yeah, that's probably right. Home runs averages 21 in 162 games. Has never done it. 20 is his top. This is like a 3-4 situation. Yeah. Pretty high strikeout rate. Probably like, is it a 4 or a 3, Mark? What do you think?
Yeah, it was 48th percentile last year, so that's average, so
Average,
probably a
4.
4.
Stolen bases, He has 73 career stolen bases, 5, 17, 26, 15. He would have had like 12 last year. Probably puts him at, what, average 4?
Yeah, that works for me.
Runs, 45, 81, 77, 72, 57. He looks like to be between a 75 and 90. I think that probably makes him also a 4 in runs. And RBI's best year was 64. He had 21 last year, so he probably was in the 50s category, which puts him at a 3, I think. Is there anything here that you disagreed with, or you think I was wrong, or?
Oh, this works.
16, 19, 23, 27, 40, I'm sorry, 31, 34, 34? Is that right? Yeah. So better than Bo Bichette.
For sure, yeah. I mean, he's a batting champion. And we're giving him credit for that.
Much better than Mondesi. I would much rather have Tim Anderson than Mondesi.
I would much rather have a player who's averaged 330 over the last 2 seasons, and hasn't had a bad month, and who's been, while he's struck out more than he should, he's been pretty consistent for 2 years. So,
I mean, like, if you look at some of these players like Robert, Miguel Cabrera, I guess, is in that camp too. Devers, Arenado. We got a lot of people who they have stats that are a detriment, and I feel like Tim Anderson's really not giving you anything that's a total detriment. Because even the RBIs could maybe see an uptick, you know, if Robert plays up or something, you know, anything could happen. But I don't really see him as a problem in any area, you know. You feel pretty good about that player, I think. Isn't really volatile in any way unless he has that walk rate gives him some issues. I put in Marte into Baseball Ref, and they were like, "Did you want Jared Dyson?" Oh, his given name is Jared Martell. Oh, we're out here learning things. Is it Sterling Marte? The fuck is this man's name?
Starling.
I put in Starling and it didn't give me Marte. Oh, never mind. Just ignore me. I'm just
Starling as in Clarice.
Agent
Hello,
Starling.
Clarice.
Yeah. All right. I, to show my hand, have never been a big Starling Marte fan, but I guess we will look at the numbers. I've always kind of been down on his RBI totals, but that kind of doesn't mean very much in our league, so. Okay. I need to be here. So we're looking at batting average first. The good thing about him is he's got a lot of information. He's a career 287 hitter. He batted 281 last year, 295, 277, 275, 311, 287, 291, 280. So he looks like he's pretty solid, like 275 and above hitter, which puts him at a 5. If we want to look a little bit more in depth, he had an expected batting average last season of 261 and hit 281. But he did have a lot of previous seasons to kind of back up that he's about a 275 plus hitter. What say you?
Yeah, 5 is good.
Okay. So we're on to OBP. Lifetime 341, 340, 342, 327, 333, 362, 337. Another guy that does not walk a lot. He's in the bottom 9% of the league for walks, which presents some issues. If Anderson was a 4, Marte might be a 3, because he doesn't have the average, and his walks are a little bit better, but his OBP doesn't really even. It's not 350 like Anderson's, it's 340, so it's just a notch below that. So I don't know if you want to put him on the same kind of level or put him a little bit below.
Well, about the same.
They're about the same?
Yeah.
Okay, so that'd be a 4. He's a lifetime 450 slugging. 430 last year, 503, 460, 379, 456. He slugged 430 last year and was expected to slug at 463. So he underachieved. 6.5 launch angle, hitting a lot of stuff into the ground with almost no bottom 12% in hard hit rate, bottom 21% in exit velocity, barreling only, he's in the 38th percentile with barreling.
So we don't expect much.
Yeah, the slugging is not looking great. It's going to be a relatively low number, I would think. Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see in 2019 where Marte stacked up. He was 47th with a 503 in 2019. In 2020, he's not even on the page. He was 85th with 430. With the likes of Christian Yelich and Jurickson Profar and Rio Ruiz and David Fletcher. Fletcher, whose slugging is not in any way, shape, or form impressive. So we're talking probably a 2 or 3 here, because he's had pretty okay slugging years, and then he had a year where he slugged 379 in a 77 game season, though, so he might have been battling injury. But a somewhat inconsistent output in slugging. And
Yeah, the fundamentals aren't there except for his speed. He's 32 years old, so I think a 3.
I'm okay with that. Homers. Averages 18 in 162 games. 6, 23, 27. We're talking about a 3-4 here. Not very many. All right, K's. Strikeout 16.4% of the time, 16, 18, 18.6. So not bad. His early years were kind of going towards the 20%, but he looks like he's kind of gotten that under control.
This is an area where he's pretty good.
Is it like a 5 or a 6? 6?
Hold on.
I am holding on.
So yeah, that should be a 6.
Okay. Stolen bases. I imagine he's not doing very many these days. This is his 162 game average is 40, but he's now 32. So he had 10 last year. Well, his stolen base numbers are pretty decent: 25, 33, 21, 47. But what do we kind of expect? He's got a 28.4 sprint speed, which is pretty good. But like as you stated, kind of on the older side of things. Do we expect 20 stolen bases from him? We would have had like 25 last year or something.
Yeah, I don't know how much the Marlins run, but I think probably a 6.
Okay.
He hasn't fallen off yet, so there's no
reason to.
think.
Right.
Yeah.
Runs 94 average, 36 last year, 97, 81, 48. That's a shortened season. 71, 84. Marlins are. They were a playoff team last year, right? He would have
sort of.
Sort of. He would have had into the 80s, almost 90s last season. So that probably puts him at a 5? 4, 5, 5?
Yeah.
And finally, we have RBI numbers, which I believe are quite middling. He had 27 last year, 82, 72, 31, 46, 81, 56. So if he had 27, that has him in the 70s. So probably more like a 4. Yeah, what was Tim Anderson? He was 3. Yeah, so he's a tier above that at least. So 4, 5, 4, I would guess. With potentially more upside. I don't know where he's hitting in that lineup though. Marlins 2021 lineup. He would be batting second. So, yeah, I think that's maybe doable. They projected to have, I think it's projected 71 RBIs, 26 stolen bases. So that's about where we had it. But they're, as we say, they're fake numbers. So.
Yeah, we don't buy into those.
36 isn't bad. 36 isn't bad. I feel like these numbers once again lead me to believe that he's far more consistent, or he gives you a lot of stuff in a lot of different areas, and the RBI numbers aren't bad if he can maintain what he's been doing. So yeah, I don't feel bad about Starling Marte. The question that you have though is like, is this the last year where he's putting up the stolen bases, or is he healthy? He's had some issues in the past with health. So, did he get the suspended ones too?
I can't remember.
I feel like I vaguely remember that.
I was probably on one of my cocaine benders, so I don't know.
Well, it happens to the best of us.
It actually happens to the worst of us, but yeah,
Okay.
you're right. Yeah, so we've got him at what, 23 right now, so it's not bad.
So I just read about his personal life. I never saw anything about. Oh yeah, Marte was suspended 80 games without pay due to use of nandrolone, a type of performance-enhancing drug that violates. Yeah, but then I read his
Year
personal
was
life.
that?
That was 2018. I assume that's the one where he played 77 games. But this said, Marte has 3 children, and his wife Noliel Brozaban. In May 2020, Brozaban suffered a heart attack and died while in the hospital awaiting surgery on a broken ankle. What a fucking crazy ass story is that? Poor Starling. And
Yeah, he's had a rough time.
He's getting traded and shit. Okay, so how are you feeling right now? In terms of, I didn't want to show that. Doing more. Do you want to do a couple more? Like, where are you at?
I'm in Georgia. How are you?
Trying to get, just a legitimate answer out of you, and you're just gonna give me fucking sass, dude. What the hell?
I don't even know what that means.
Where are you at
So,
mentally? Are we okay? So you're ready.
I'm-
All right.
That's a big place. Whit Merrifield's an interesting player.
I gotta get myself set up for this. Whit. I wonder if I just put Whit into my search, if it'll give me. Well, no, because there's White. There's a dude named White. I want to say the Brewers were looking at Whit Merrifield a second for trades, and it kind of fell through. But he definitely has some interesting things about him. Like, this is probably someone you'd like to be on your team playing like second base. But his power numbers leave something to be desired. Although he has a 16 launch angle. So that's interesting. That's strange. Okay. Batting average, his expected was 292. Lord Jesus. 292, he hit 282.
Yeah, that's around his career. It's 295.
So
it'll be 280 to 300.
5 then. Okay. Yeah, his expecting batting average since his first season was 282, 283, 286, 292. That's pretty consistent. That's right in the ballpark. I'd like to see that. On base percentage, expected was 324. It was 325. His walks are abysmal, but he does not strike out a lot.
Right, he puts it in play.
I mean, he's like a 3 for on base percentage. 325, because that's lower than Tim Anderson and Starling Marte, who both had pretty middling on base percentages. They were like 350, 340, and he's 325. Slugging. Projected slugging was 440. Real was 440. He did. They are who we thought they were.
His career is 444. So we can assume he's going to be in that range.
Which is, I wonder where that put him in Merrifield. 75th. He had a worse than Joey Votto and as Drupal Cabrera, Tommy La Stella. Marte had worse than him. Where do we have Marte ranked for slugging? Like a 3. So this is kind of, it's like a 3-4. Because average is what we were saying, like was 450 was average.
Mm-hmm.
So he's just kind of below that. Yeah. I see you filling in there. So we got home runs. He hit, his average is 16. He hit 9 last season. He actually had a power surge last season. God damn. He would have been in the 20s. But he's probably got below average home run power. So we're thinking like 3. 4.
Yeah, probably 3.
Yeah, man. You're not exactly looking at him to hit. I don't know if you're really betting on him to hit 25 home runs.
Right.
12.4 strikeout rate? 12.5? It's pretty good, man.
Yeah, it's a 96 percentile, so we'll give him an 8.
I feel comfortable with that. Stolen bases.
This is a problem for him because he went from 45 to 20 to 12.
Yeah, but he would have had almost 30 last season, right?
Yeah, I guess that works out. So
I don't know, is this a 6 or a 7? 7?
we could assume maybe he's still got 89 percentile sprint speed, so we can assume maybe about 27 to 30 steals, maybe 25 to 30.
Let's look. 12 put him 4th in the league last season. And he was 20th in the league the season before. I think we give him probably a 6, just for the mere fact that there might be some evidence of variance, but it's kind of like a 6 with the possibility of a 7. He's not quite Mondesi, right? But he's pretty good.
Right.
Runs, average of 95 for 162 game season. He had 38 last season, which put him on track for probably like 100, right? No. Close, in the 90s. 105, 88, 80. He's probably like a 5. 85 to like 100. And then RBIs, I'm assuming he's not great. Well, actually, last year was pretty good. 30. And so that probably get him to like 75. He's between a 3 and a 4 on RBIs, I guess, because he had 30, 74, 60, 78.
Yeah, I will assume a 3 because his fundamentals are so bad. Doesn't hit the ball hard. Just hits it a lot.
Yeah. I mean, I would assume he'd be kind of in the Tim Anderson RBI range, which is a 3, right?
Yeah.
So that's 8, 14, 22, 25, 28, 31, 36. He still grades out pretty nice, though.
Mm-hmm.
Is he eligible in outfield and second, or just outfield now? Do we know?
Second.
Really?
Both.
Okay. I think that most people would be happy with a Whit Merrifield in that capacity.
That is correct.
That is correct. So who we got next? Jose Abreu, the MVP himself.
Yeah, I need to know why he is so low. I don't understand.
I don't know, man. I saw his RBI numbers from 2019, and it made me wonder why he wasn't on my radar in draft mode. And he was on pace last season for like 140 RBIs or something. So that's it's pretty good. He might be an 8 in RBIs. I don't know. We're gonna have to look at that.
Yeah, I think that's a possibility.
It's on the table.
So
Um,
career batting average is 294. And he's hit 317, 290, 293, 304, 265, 284, 317. So he doesn't fluctuate a whole lot. So I think a 290 is pretty safe. The one caveat with him is he's 34 years old, but I don't think that's going to be a problem.
no, but the way he hits the
He just
ball,
won the MVP.
yeah,
He just won the MVP. So
Right,
it's,
right,
and don't have to worry about him being slow or anything. That's not his game. So
right. Yeah, he's not stealing any bases or anything like that.
he's
He has
he's
10
basically a
assists.
version. He's a version of Nelson Cruz, basically.
Which you like
Yeah.
for power numbers anyway. So his expected batting average was 300 and he hit 317. So he overachieved a little bit, but he's still projected for 300, right? So he's somewhere in between a 6 and a 7. What he is exactly is, I leave to you.
Yeah. Well, his expected batting average is still 94th percentile. And his exit velocity, hard hit percentage, expected slugging, barrel, expected weighted on base, all over 90th percentile. So fundamentals are good. So I think a 290 average is safe. So that comes out to about top of 5. Could we say 6?
Yeah, we give 6. He also has 11-degree launch angle, which is not. It's line drive level, right? Or approaching line drive level.
Mm-hmm.
On base percentage, expected was 404, and he had 370. So he underachieved pretty significantly there. Walk rate is relatively low.
It's low and it's stable. 6% for his career, so he's not going to walk much.
Right.
So yeah, about a 350 to 370 in on base.
So that's like a. Is that like a 4 or 5? And if we think that his average was a little bit inflated last year, which I think the numbers do indicate, that we probably would see maybe a drop in on-base percentage as well. So it's probably in the 4 range, I would think.
Yeah, that works.
Slugging. Oh, baby, the slugging. Average of 520. He had 617 last year and 503 the year before. His expected slugging was 585, and he had 617. So it was a little bit elevated, but his slugging is very good. That probably put him. Okay, let's see. Slugging, he was 4th in the league last year. He's a little bit further the year before. He's 40. He was 45th the year before, with the likes of Ryan Braun and Brett Gardner. I would think that his slugging is probably a pretty good asset of his. The only problem is the speed, so it's going to probably be. Let's see how many doubles he had here. Last season he had 15. The year before that he had 38. So his slugging's pretty good. I don't know. Is it like 5 or a 6?
I'd give it a 6. I mean, remember the tear that he went on where he hit however many home runs in a row or whatever?
Yeah. The home runs are the like the bread and butter. It was the doubles I was kind of questioning because of the speed, but his doubles look pretty good.
So you had 36, 30, 25, 33, 22, 33, 19, which would have been about over 40. So 35 home runs is pretty safe.
That's 6. Definitely 6 with the ability to get to the 7 level. Yeah, because I think 8 is like 50.
Do we have anybody that an 8?
No.
Home runs.
Trout,
and Soto. Soto and Trout.
But both of them were like, I guess it's a 7, right? Based upon what we have here. Yeah, it's a 7.
Yeah.
And and Abreu should definitely be near the top. He shouldn't be 6. So, his strikeout numbers 22.5, lifetime 20. Lifetime 20 is not cherry.
It's not bad at all.
Yeah, especially
No, it's
for
not
the
bad at all. It's
kind of hitter he is.
It's almost exactly league average, so I would say a 4.
Okay. Stolen bases are, I would believe, a 0. Well,
Yeah.
he didn't attempt one last season. The season before, he was 2 for 2. He hasn't been caught stealing in 4 years, if that counts for anything. But it's not good.
It certainly does not count.
He had 43 runs last season, which equates to over 100. Had 85, 68, 95, 67, 88. I think that he'd be between 85 and 100 this year. Team's good. Surrounded by good young talent. So it's got to be like a 5, maybe upwards of a 6, but I would think a 5.
Oh, and his sprint speed is 47th percentile, so I think we could give him a 1. It's faster than Freddie Freeman.
Okay.
So a 1 for steals.
And this is probably 7 or 8, right? We kind of alluded to that earlier.
It's got to be an 8, right? I mean, he's a destroyer. Yeah. He's had less than 100 RBIs once.
Yeah, so it's consistent as well.
Yeah.
And
that was a shortened season.
He was
hurt that year.
Number 2 in 2019 and number 1 in 2020. So yeah, that's an 8.
He's an 8.
Because it's 10, 16, 23, 27, 28, 36, 41. So
I don't know why they have him so low.
Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, unless they're just not seeing consistency carrying over, but I don't know why that would be. He essentially rates out as tied for second best first baseman with Cody Bellinger. I think you probably think to yourself, Cody Bellinger's more well-rounded, but for the things Jose Abreu does, he does them better than Cody Bellinger.
Right. All right. I'm cooked. So
yeah, that's why I figured it was coming to a close. I'm getting to that. I think this is like the 2-hour mark, basically. So that's about right.
We've been doing it for a little while.
Yeah,
but we made good progress.
Right.
We're getting faster now. So
yeah, we're picking up speed.
We'll get to 300.
How many do we have? 35 done.
Yeah, we'll get there in no time. It's over a 10th of the way.
Yeah, we're doing great. All right,
yeah, you're doing great, Hulk Smash 6969. And I'll talk to y'all later.
Yeah, you gotta stream next
Take
time.
care.
You gotta build the channel.
Okay.
All right.
Sure.
Bye.
All right.
All right. It seems like this is not necessarily popular with the people, but if you were here, thank you. If you weren't here, you weren't here. But appreciate everyone who was here. We're wrapping. I will